Wrapping up the season on a
Interesting
very
and mysterious way.
interesting, mysterious
Yeah.
note.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to be next to my pieces and to be known
All the time to
for
promote
the
it,
one
kind
who
of,
is doing
yeah.
it. Trying to remove all of the labels.
The
Gender,
identity labels.
religion,
Yeah.
nationality, what else do we put on the people?
And I'm gonna let the furniture speak for themselves.
Hopefully people who want to connect to the pieces.
Who are truly
and-
interested in
Yes,
design, probably.
Yeah, for me, all of my objects are like babies.
Yeah. So you take it very personal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love these rich interiors, 100%. To look at them, I love.
So you can appreciate any kind of style, eclectic.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. But I need to go back home and cleanse all of the colors, all of the textures, and I feel like calm when I'm in a monochromatic space. Nothing is stimulating my vision anymore.
You have no
That's
limits?
Oh no.
Oh, amazing.
And if I will be able to make it, I will
Yeah.
do for sure.
Hi, Valeria.
Hi, Shad.
How are you?
Good, good, good. How was your weekend?
Sunburned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good sign.
It's a good sign. We had
Yeah.
a very good weekend. I was in Sri Lanka.
How was
Surfing.
that?
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing food, amazing people, amazing activities.
Yeah, it's a
It's
beautiful
so
place.
underrated. You definitely have it.
But I think it becomes really popular in
I
the
think-
past few years.
I think Sri
it's,
Lanka is becoming the new Bali.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
Wow.
I think.
that's it. And that's how we started.
What
And
did
it's
you-
very close to us, so we can go quite often.
It's amazing. Well, how was your weekend?
It was amazing. We traveled to this amazing trip to Alula with my friends, and it's also very creative. And I think it's a very emerging market as well for us in terms of hospitality,
Yeah.
art, for the region. So it was quite eye-opening, I would say.
An amazing creation.
So today we have a very mysterious guest.
Yeah.
And I must say, as we're wrapping up the season, it comes, we are closing it on a very, how to say it, on a
Interesting
very
and mysterious way.
interesting, mysterious
Yeah.
note.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
We have a creative director of Kameh space with us, an anonymous guest. So we will refer to our guest as Kameh in this episode. Well, let's dive in and see how it all started.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know who he is, no?
We don't know who he is.
Yeah. Kameh, welcome to
Design Pod.
Hi
Design.
guys, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming today. Well, the question that all our guests will ask, I'm sure why that would be probably the first question that everyone would want to know. Why are you not revealing your identity before
Good.
anything else?
Yeah, I have it. I have this question asked a lot. Look, I think it is not important with everything I do. I think I also trying to remove all of the labels, because if it will be white man, black man, lady, I don't know, sitting next to you, it will be all labels straight away put on me.
You mean like a gender labels, the
gender,
identity labels?
religion,
Yeah.
nationality, what else do we put on the people? And I think in what I do, it's not important. It shouldn't be in any way connected to what I do. And as I always say, I think the pieces I do is the most important things, and people need to have connection, I guess, with them and put the labels on them, but not on me.
That's cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
How come it came to that point where you said, okay, do you know what? I'm gonna cover up. I'm not gonna show who I am, and I'm gonna let the furniture or the pieces speak for themselves.
Good one. I don't think anyone knows about it, but I think when I started the brand, when I was starting it in 2021, I was still working at the corporate job, and this was the way to hide like from me doing another job. And I think this is how it started, but I think later on I felt very happy that I was not another person taking pictures next to my work and promoting what I'm doing. So I feel like I'm living my life not as an artist or designer. Like when you see me not dressed like that, I guess I'm a different person. And I think when I do my stuff, it is me being, again, you can put labels as an artist, designer, whatever. But I think I have this clear separation of me being me in a normal life. And being Kameh when I do my
Separating
pieces.
your art.
Yes. So I think it is in a way not two different people, but I think they're a little bit different.
Living different lives. But you know, in this like a very digital era, in this time when everyone actually using their personal information, right, to promote yourself, to do whatever it is, whatever it takes to, you know, everyone to know you, to become famous. It is very surprising that you guys chose not to, you know, because it could probably be very beneficial for your brand. Did you think of it that way, or you think maybe one day you will just, you know, use it as a marketing tool and just, you know, reveal your face to all of us?
It is always another question. Oh, when do you think you will reveal yourself?
Yeah, maybe today.
To be honest, again, I think for me, I'm not doing it to be famous. 100%. I'm very introverted person. I love to stay in a room like that, black without the light, and be by myself and do stuff. And I think another reason why I don't want to kind of show my face is because I don't want sometimes even to talk about what I do.
Oh, wow.
Like, and imagining that people tomorrow would see me here and then like start to know me and ask the questions. I don't like this. Know why I'm doing it for. I don't think for. I love my pieces to be known for sure. But I don't necessarily need to be next to my pieces and to be known
all the time to
for
promote
the one
it, kind
who
of.
is doing
Yeah.
it. And I think, to be honest, our Instagram is good. We have like, I don't know how many followers, but they're all people who want to know about the brand. Hopefully people who want to connect to the pieces.
Who are truly
And
interested in design,
yes,
probably,
yes.
and really
It's
interested
like
in.
not about
Yeah.
someone. Again, I think I have this image in my head that like it is usually someone someone next to their pieces standing and like, you know, smiling. It's not me, and this is not what I want to do.
Whether you want it or not, I still think it's quite interesting marketing tool in you know, to show your brand that way, because it's something that we don't have here. You know,
I mean, in nowadays era, we would want to put a face on a work, you know. So I think it's quite ballsy to not show.
And especially in Middle East.
But I think in my work, I do talk about my feelings. I do talk about something personal. And again, I'm trying to put out there the moment of my life, what inspired me, or what maybe was the beginning of the collection. It is very personal still, but I think it is just without the face and without the normal person. And I had a lot of problems at the beginning, I think, when we started it, because many even magazines would say, oh, no, would never put the masked person into the magazine. Like, it's
but
not
then
possible.
it changed. Then it actually.
Then it changed.
Yeah.
I think then it changed. I think people hopefully, I want to believe, in that understood me, where I'm coming from, what it is for me, and maybe, yeah, they do not ask me anymore if I want to
Reveal your face,
yeah.
like we're asking you today.
Are you worried, Kameh, are you worried to be judged? Do you
Yes, that
yeah.
was also part of it, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
for
you
sure.
felt like you were more
Comfortable.
comfortable or closed or sort of, mysterious when you're presenting your pieces.
But again, I don't know. I don't know if it is. Yeah, I think it is. Is it a bit about being judged, or it's me never feel that I'm enough, and like what I do is not enough,
Not
and
good
Yeah.
enough, yeah.
so I try to kind of remove myself from that.
Yeah.
And also I had the experience when I was talking to the people. Again, people I guess in the industry do know me. It's not like I'm like mask everywhere going mask. No, I think when we're talking about Instagram, it is again the life I have. It is different, and then it is brand life. It is different. So I think for me, again, I don't want to be on a I don't know, in a public, let's say, spaces known as the person who is doing the brand, because even talking about it sometimes for me it's very hard. It's like I'm opening myself, my heart, and I'm talking about what I have done. And for me, it is like most of the time so hard. It's like we've done a few fairs, and I was a few times at the booth, listening to the conversations. And like sometimes I was like, oh my God, thanks God that no one comes to me and speaks about it. Because I don't know, for me, all of my objects are like a baby's.
Yeah. So you take it very personal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I do them, I think it is very special mental place I am in. Usually not good one. And I think for me it's always in a way, do I want to go back into that space and talk to someone about it? No, I don't.
You know, when I look at Kameh pieces, you're right, because it has a very dramatic essence to it, right? And in one of your interviews, or in one of the articles that I read, you said that it's like people, that they can be broken inside and
Yeah,
very
that was-
perfect on the outside.
That was first collection. The first collection, and yeah, I think it was very special. I don't think I ever said about it anywhere, but I think it was a very special moment for me, because special in not in a good way. My dad passed away, and I had that anger because I didn't call him and I didn't speak to him for a long time, and I started to do the brand. I started to go to the factory, and I think the first collection was very much me breaking breaking the styrofoam. And that was the
That was the
anger.
time.
And I think that was me literally, that words is a reflection of me, because no matter how broken I was at that time, I'll go out and I will be a different person,
Yeah.
because lives go on, and it is just my life was at that point in a way ruined. But yeah,
Was it helpful to be able to hide?
yes, 100%. Listen, for me, guys, it's always helpful to hide from everything.
I mean, you curate beautiful pieces. Obviously, you're sitting on one of your beautiful chairs. Tell us a little bit about how these comes.
The formation
How does it come together?
of Kameh.
So it will be 3 years of us at the end of the month, and I think it's evolution for me. I think from the materials to the forms, forms, I think they're still a little bit broken in a way. And yes, this is what I think I like about it. I'm always talking about this perfectly and perfectly perfect pieces, which I think I like to call all of them, because I think I always start with these perfect shapes, and then I'm trying to see how I can make them imperfect. In the first collection, it was me sculpting from the styrofoam. In the collection I'm sitting on, made of the metal to deform the form, I used the air
And it's quite heavy.
to blow the metal, so it's not so perfect anymore. And then the last collection was wood, and again, I needed something which I cannot control, and that was the burning the wood.
pieces.
And you know how sometimes when you burn it a lot, the wood would crack,
Yeah.
and that was something for me imperfect.
Do you find it hard to find factories, people who could execute your ideas? Because your furniture is very borderline art, so it must be sometimes very difficult to find the tools to execute pieces the way you want it to be.
It is always the most difficult part. Is
You manufacture it here. You produce it. Sorry,
to produce
here.
it in Dubai. And again, for me, you know, I always speak to different people. Last time, I think a week ago, I was speaking to people from Portugal. Yeah, listen, it is not easy, but and yes, maybe I will at some point produce one or another piece somewhere else. But I think Dubai is home for me. I've been here for the past 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And by me producing things here, by working with the maybe not the best craftsmen we have, but I hope that in 10 year
Yeah, in
time
the years to come.
we will have something
Yeah.
in Dubai where everyone will come and start to produce.
Yeah.
And yes, it is hard, and I do spend a lot of time sitting. Like, for example, I do not work with wood, so I was sitting with the craftsman, and we literally do it together simultaneously. Like, this is, in a way, at this stage, a moment, me doing through hand of the other person.
Yeah.
This is how it is at this stage, a moment. But as I said, I believe that in another, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 years,
Hopefully, yeah.
we will be known for these things. And of course, not at the scale of Italy or France or others who kind of do it for the past, I don't know how many thousand years. But
That's true.
you know,
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
we need to start
that's the
from somewhere.
beauty. That's the beauty of it. You're so present in your pieces of manufacturing yourself, which is not very common when it comes to product design in general. You know,
Even abroad, yeah.
yeah, that the artist itself is so present and making sure that the form or the formation of the piece is
Or
done in a-
working together, in fact, with the craftsmanship, with the
Interesting.
craftsman.
So we're focusing a lot on individual pieces and not so much mass production, obviously.
No, 100%. So,
Who is your client?
oh, good question. And this is one of the hardest thing for me too, because I think I'm not doing this for the commercial reasons, for sure. And this is, I think, one of the I don't know if it is a problem, but I think some people do say that it is a problem.
No, I think there is a market for, definitely. There is
For sure.
It's a segmented market, so there is a market for every single segment or for every single client.
I mean, as designers, we always look for unique pieces. You know, we're not always looking for something that is
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
everyone has. You want to have some pieces that stands out and have
Yeah,
a
for
break in
sure.
the design.
Yeah.
So
So for me, I think the clients we had was mainly from the region. Unfortunately, I cannot tell them their names because I was signing NDA when we started working, and they are my biggest clients. We had a fair in New York last September, and yeah, and we sold all of the chairs there, so it is clients there now. Um, who else? Who else? It was, I guess, clients from Saudi. Yeah, like
So it
from
can be
everywhere.
like
I get the
worldwide.
email
Yeah.
like 2 weeks ago from Puerto Rico. The designer reached out about Kameh Point 2 collection from the Sand.
Yeah.
So I think at this stage of moment, we are becoming, and for me, the goal is that 100% we are, the brand is born in Dubai, it is our home. But for me, I would like it to be known everywhere, and I want, I think, people to have it. So for me, again, going back to the commercial part, I think I'm very bad with that. I'm like, I had a conversation about it the other day, that ideally I need to have, if anyone watching us, anyone wants to sell or to be a sales director, please message us.
That's a free advertisement for Kameh. If anyone wants to know the face, please.
But yeah, for me, this is for sure not what I'm, how to say, strong at. I do meet with the clients sometimes because they want that connection with me. But yeah.
Nevertheless, I think you've become very popular in the past few years. And as an emerging company here in the Middle East, you know, the market is for furniture design is very new, as you said. It's very fresh. We are hoping that people will get to know us as some, like, you know, the designers, furniture designers, someone who are manufacturing here. But I also think it's quite brave to start in Middle East and go worldwide. So what is it? What is the next step for Kameh? Homegrown Middle Eastern brand going international. Is that the goal?
Yeah, for sure. I think, again, for me, I think I'm not very much. We tried Europe. I think my take on Europe is that people who are buying there, they are buying more vintage / classical stuff.
Yeah.
They might be a little bit scared or not interested, maybe, to buy the modern stuff. That is Europe. I think America was fantastic. I mean,
Do you feel
I-
American market is more open-minded than European market as a client?
100%.
Yeah.
I think I even had, again, like I've been there for a few days and had a conversation with a few people, and it is very direct conversation. It is about how much is it? Please send us specification. 2 weeks later, it's done.
Don't we love it?
So I think
easy.
I quite in a way enjoyed it because it was very much straightforward.
Do you think? What do you think about our market here? Do you think we are becoming more daring? Do you like?
Listen, all of my big sales are coming from Middle East. They're coming from very specific clients, I guess, who the same as in America and Europe. But I think here they are very much, not all, but very much happy to explore.
Yeah.
And like buy something new
Yeah.
and something different. And again, it is from the older generation, the younger generation, both our clientele are quite.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Is how long is the production of your products?
It depends on the piece.
Yeah.
I think if we're talking about last collection from the wood, it will be around 4 weeks to 5 weeks
Okay.
for each chair.
Is it possible? Do you think it's possible that Kameh expands to such a bigger scale, or is there a limit for what you guys would be able to do now when you are so involved yourself in each pieces? Do you see a possibility of growth, or do we need to find you another masked person that could go in and check and check the quality control of your furnitures?
No, I don't think. I don't think I see myself or Brown going into the mass production. I think it is, as I said at the beginning, I think it is so personal
Yeah.
that every single piece lives with me
Yeah.
Nice.
for that 4 to 5 weeks to 6. It depends again on the product. It is part of me.
Yeah.
I do put so much of my soul energy, sometimes sweat, sometimes blood. I remember once going to the factory when it was July. It was plus 60 outside. There was no AC in the factory, and I was sculpting the
Pieces,
table, and I literally hit my hand, and I had the blood, and I was like, "Here, God, this is literally."
Yeah. Blood, sweat, and
Blood,
tears.
yeah, and tears, and I was crying at the end because I was like, "Oh my God, why?" But yeah, no, for that reason, no, like this not my goal for sure. At this stage, I moment, no.
So do you see your pieces as unique art pieces?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes, yes.
In terms of your very monochromatic scheme, and I mean, even the dress code today, the chairs.
And you guys are also monochromatic, certainly. What happened?
Yeah, no, we want to blend in. We want to be part of the team.
Of the team, yeah.
Your monochromatic scheme, all your Instagram, whether it's there are just few pieces like a Klein blue, right? The rest is black. Or what is the idea behind that?
That is me being, I guess, a little bit, I don't know, different, special. I don't know what is the word. But look, I love these rich interiors, 100%. To look at them, I love.
So you can appreciate any kind of style, eclectic.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. But I need to go back home and cleanse all of the colors, all of the textures, and I feel like calm. It's very like mental feel I have that when I'm in a monochromatic space, nothing is stimulating my vision anymore, and I'm like just calm, happy, and yeah. So I do love minimalistic. I live in, I think, very minimal space. I love it. It makes me so happy you cannot imagine. And people would come and say like, "How do you live?"
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "I don't know."
So is your home
happily.
monochromatic as well?
Very, very.
Yeah.
It's just white.
Well, oh wow, just white.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Good one.
White, sometimes maybe black.
Come on,
gray.
give us at
I'm
least Klein
now-
blue. Give us something.
And now I'm obsessed with gray. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking, how
nice.
can I?
You
what
see
can I
this
do with
beige
it?
gray
No
scheme is
beige,
growing
like,
on you.
I don't like anything which is warm. I really like cold
Cold,
colors,
yeah.
even like sometimes light. If it is too yellow, it makes me like super stressed.
But I'm sure like your babies go into different type of interiors. I'm sure in some spaces
Yes,
that,
yes,
you know,
100%.
in combination with a beautiful art, in combination with, different setup, because it could actually work in pretty much any
Anywhere.
setting.
Any
Yeah,
setup.
yeah.
In that way, yes,
even like this
100%.
chair. it
Do you
looks-
appreciate it when you see someone else take these, because they mean so much to you, and you
I
see
love
it
it.
in a complete different setup?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it because I think it shows
gives it different life.
yeah, people's characters, I guess,
Yeah.
right? And what they can do with the pieces. I love it.
It's true.
I had a few pictures, not unfortunately all of them, but yeah, I love to see how the pieces are living in the different spaces, places, and with
Yeah.
the different people.
And interiors are so personal. Like it's very, very interesting, I think, for artists to see how their pieces can work in a different scenario. Maybe in a scenario you would never imagine it.
Imagine,
Like,
100%.
yeah, that's very, very interesting. What is the next step for Kameh? What is coming up for you guys? What is it that you're aspiring to? What is the next step, next level that, what is any plans for 2025?
I think last year was very, very busy.
That's good.
Uh, in every possible way, but I think collection which I designed was all about the burnout. The reason why I burned the wood,
Yeah,
not painted it,
this is
is me
beautiful.
talking about how I felt at some point. And I think this year I said to myself that I don't I do not want to do X amount of fairs
Yeah.
because it's again
Are there any specific fairs you actually
I
willing
applied
to?
for one. I don't know if I will say it will not gonna happen, so I don't know. Yes, I applied for one, very important one for me. I think
We
as a
can also keep it on, as a mystery.
I mean, I applied. No, let's see. I mean, it will be funny to see, I guess, if I'm accepted or not. But I applied for Design Miami, Curio, and I've been there in 2022, and the way I felt there was very special to me because I've been from Salone to Paris, um, to New York, but I think in Miami I felt special because I felt that I belong. I didn't feel weird because, like, when I'm in, I don't know, in editions in here, maybe I feel a little bit out of, like, I feel a little bit weird that,
Why so?
yeah.
Why Miami feels like very comfortable and other fairs don't?
Um, Good question. I think it is because people are doing, like, it is no limits to creativity. I think there you can see, like, I haven't seen one normal table
Yeah.
in Miami. Like, and this is what I loved. I think when I'm trying to work on something, I'm trying to see how can I challenge the usual
The status
forms
quo, yeah.
or the usual things we use every day. And I think this is what people do, like, in my point of view, this is what I saw maybe in Miami when I was there.
Do you collaborate with any galleries here that you could, for example, the client can go and have a look at your pieces, try it out, or all the pieces are made to order?
They're made to order.
Yeah.
And even when we're talking about chairs for today, I could only find one. that was
Yeah.
actually sample, to be honest. So yeah, but to be honest, I think I'm working in completely different how to say industry. People, like, the sales I have, guys, they were never from the gallery, or they were from the gallery. Sorry, we had
funny
the
enough.
sales in the gallery,
Yeah.
100%. But they, it's not like people need to come, touch it, sit on it,
Yeah.
feel it. Like, my pieces are bought online, as I said, I think earlier. Now I had like email from Puerto Rico, the lady who is doing someone's house there, and she saw it only on the
That's
picture.
amazing. It's power
And
of
I
social
had
media.
I had another, I think, client from New York, and they like the sun collection too. So the only time when I had that was for New York, and they asked me to send the samples of the sun material.
Yeah.
that's all. That was the first and last time I sent samples.
Wow.
Tell us a little bit about material choice, because you're using quite interesting materials.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
what does this mean to you? Is it either sand or wood or metal? Tell us a little bit about how that thought goes into your new collection.
Yes. Okay. So, with the materials choice, I'll be very honest again with you on that. I'm very much limited on the materials, and
Is
this
it due to production or
Yes.
due to manufacturing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in a way, to be honest, I think this is what also making me think more creatively,
Yeah.
because it is the choices I have, and I'm like, okay, but I cannot just do another metal chair. What can we do with that? Can we blow it? Can we change it? Like it's always a thought. And again, as I said, for me, it's always how I feel about it. And the latest collection was very much about the choice of wood, but because the way I feel, I wanted to burn it. The perfect, like the imperfect, perfectly imperfect
Shapes and-
kind of theory in me is always, can we take something perfect from the material to the shape and make it imperfect?
Yeah.
What's a material that you would love to work with that has restricted you, or that you feel like I've tried it, but it doesn't come out the way I
It's
want it?
interesting.
I think I wanted to, I would love to work with the marble as
Okay.
this huge blocks of
Yeah.
marble, and I
I totally
again,
see you doing that.
and
But that's possible, no?
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
not in Dubai though.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
can-
it is
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
we'll talk about it later.
We can brainstorm it.
Perfect. But these I was lately in love with the cork.
Yeah. Very interesting material and sustainable.
Very up and coming.
Yeah.
So that's why I was very much in touch with the guys in Portugal.
Portugal, yeah.
Yeah. They're very strong with cork.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, but at this stage of the moment, I think I'm working already on the next collection for hopefully Design Miami, and I think I decided
exciting.
to go with the wood again. But it is completely different shape, completely different story, and again,
Is it always a trauma that you have to go through for a collection, or is it just, you know, it can
Yes.
come up?
yes, unfortunately, I don't know if it is. I think most of the creative people would probably, I don't know,
Relate to that.
relate to
Yeah.
that. But I think for me, I was December, January, February in very good mood. I was super relaxed. I was so happy in my life. I was so scared because I had zero thoughts on what is next.
This is
Because like for me it is always about going through some either previous like childhood traumas or something what just can pick me up, and again
very
it can-
emotional
yeah,
experience.
for me it should be emotional, because otherwise I have nothing to say. If it is just happy me, yeah, so for me it is I need to in a way to touch the bottom,
Yeah.
sorry, to then come up and breathe
And
and
to
give
create
something, to
something.
create something.
You know, that makes me think about something that it's very difficult as well, maybe for people around, to be around creatives like us sometimes, right? It brings out another question, like when you have someone, loved ones, around, creatives, artists, the designers. It must be also emotional roller coaster for them when you going through the collection and all this. How do you think that people around you approach that?
Good question. Let me think. Again, I think as I said, maybe I wouldn't show a lot, and that's why I have this me
Yeah,
for
for personal
everyone, and then I have a Kameh, uh, which would go and be completely different and broken.
that's very interesting approach to design, to art.
It's super interesting.
Yeah.
Super interesting. Because, I always try to reflect any type of design to art pieces or to, paintings.
And we talk about art a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And art is something that is so, for me at least, I could stand in front of an art piece and I can start to reflect, and I can, I want to know, how was the painter feeling at this moment? Why did it do this? Why did it use these colors? Why these strokes?
And that's how your furniture.
I mean, I guess it's the same with your
Yeah.
furniture, So
because I think this is how I want, in a way, people to look at my pieces.
Yeah.
And I think my aim is not to touch everyone, but, and again, maybe it will sound ridiculous, but if someone will feel something looking at my chair, table, whatever, and it will provoke an emotion in them, good or bad, again, doesn't really matter, and make them think, I think that will be the happiest moment.
that's your aim.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What do you think is the future for design, for us, whether it's Middle East or worldwide? Where do you think we're going in terms of maybe styles, maybe the ideas? What is it upcoming for us? Like, okay, we have all these electrical cars. We have AI taking over. We take social media we take it as grounded as what reality is, which is not, in fact. But in terms of design and in terms of even like furniture, obviously the most important part of people's life, where are we heading?
I think that question you need to ask maybe interior designer who will answer better than me. But one thing's I love, and I'm very, very happy that I'm living now where all of these technologies, all of these electric cars are driving by themselves. I don't know, it makes me super happy to see how we're very fast evolving and changing. And I think my take on all of that is that we would need a lot of human touch because there will be a lot of machinery happening around us.
But yeah, that was the question behind it. Are we still gonna be here as designers and craftsmanship and people
100%,
who
100%.
create this people for other people?
100%. Because I think, again, it is something you cannot get from the machine. It is emotions, it is feelings, and I think we would need even more. I think it will cost so much more than we cannot even imagine, because everything will be replaced, and one thing you can replace is the human connection in one way or another.
So good we're keeping our jobs, guys.
Yeah, thank God for that. While looking for other qualifications, like, are we still gonna be here or not?
Kameh, I know I already asked you about the emotions when you're creating something. Will we see any collection from you not coming from a trauma but from happiness?
I don't think so, because it's not how I function. But again, never say never. I think
Maybe we'll see pink colors coming
You
up
never
from
know.
happiness.
listen, guys, I don't think like yes, this can be pink. If you wanted to pink, no problem. Let's make it
Yeah?
pink.
Yeah, that's a
And
good.
again, if it is in a white interior, I think it will look great.
I think it would look really
or
cool.
even in a gray one.
Would you custom make your colors based on whatever color the client
I had
wants?
that request. We did. Yeah.
A specific RAL color,
Yes,
and then
exactly.
I would
you
love
have
to
no
see
limits?
Oh no.
Oh, amazing.
No.
Amazing.
And-
That's good.
This is so
That's good.
we forgot to ask actually about the customization. Is it possible, or is it something that you wouldn't compromise and you would be like, okay, no, these are things, this is the type of food I don't work with, this is not something that reflects my inner personality.
I had
Can client request for specific materials or something?
Yes, and if I will be able to make it, I will
Yeah.
do for sure. There's no problem. But I think I had that a few months ago. Someone just sent me a screenshot of the table and said, "Can you please do this?" And I was like,
Pinterest.
"Yeah." I was like, "No." I mean, I'm not a factory. I'm not.
Yeah.
This is not what I do.
But also, how did it come out?
Yeah, I mean, so that was fun. Made me laugh a lot. But yeah, no, for sure.
You don't feel like when you're changing the color, it changes the meaning of what you're trying to create?
I think meaning is there, but if person sees it in another color, in another material, I don't think meaning will disappear.
Okay, interesting.
It is again, it is
The base is there.
very personal. I understand that I want to live in a white space because this is how I feel better. I don't know. I like white or black, and this is the colors at the moment I'm working with. But no, I'm quite also clear that this maybe not what the
What everyone else wants.
people want. Yeah.
Kameh, in the end of each episode, we are asking a question from our previous guest. And that became
Are we already there?
We're already
Wow.
there.
Wow.
Time flew by when
Amazing.
you're having fun. And it became a tradition for the season. So we had the guest from a previous episode asked, what would be the legacy you want to leave behind?
Great question.
Very good question. What legacy?
And I feel like it fits.
It fits you.
Kameh perfectly,
so
this
much,
question.
right? It's deep. Like you're deep.
I'll try to put it in words. I don't know if it would make sense. But you know how at this stage of moment, again, people are trying to put, even sometimes my brand, me, into is it art, is it design, what is it?
Yeah.
I hope that what I'm doing will help people who are now, or like people who are doing things like me at the moment, and will be doing it for the future. It will help challenge that, box out things as art, design, and that something like functional art would maybe exist.
Yeah.
Because
That's a
it
very
was
good
lot of-
terminology, functional art.
because it was a lot of conversation in New York about the difference between art and collectible design,
Yeah.
and they were talking a lot about how maybe in a few years these lines will blur and it won't be any more art and collectible design, that it will all merge, because at the end of the day it is the same client who are buying the art and
Yeah.
object of design. And yeah, hopefully that
That will be your legacy.
being masked doesn't mean that he cannot do stuff and he cannot promote this or that.
You definitely can. You're showing us.
Yeah, you're really you're already
Yeah.
showing us that you can. Kameh, amazing having you over.
you.
We're super thankful that you came with your mask and with your beautiful chair. We definitely should talk more off camera
Thank you so
about your
much,
collections.
guys.
Definitely, I'm super happy about this episode, and it was an amazing wrap.
Yeah.
And you did well, Valeria,
Thank you.
this season.
You too, Chef.
Thank you.
Both of us.
And our viewers, I'm super thankful for them. Thank you guys. Go in and subscribe. Go in and like. Go in and comment.
Yep.
Do
Yes,
all of those
please.
things. And looking forward for the next season.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
a lot of interesting things that is coming up.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kameh.
you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.